Hi, welcome to the Review Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is my review for Netflix's and Amazon's original movie called The Ice Road. Let me know in the comments below, are you a fan of Liam Neeson? Which is your favourite Liam Neeson film? But for now, let's jump into it. After a remote diamond mine collapses in far north Canada, a big rig ice road driver must lead an impossible rescue mission over a frozen ocean to save the trapped miners. I think there's going to be multiple demographics that this film kind of calls to. There's going to be people that love the series of Ice Road Truckers, and my family and I, we've watched, I think, one or two. We pick random episodes, but we really enjoy some of the adventure. It just seems like so out there, the things that they have to do for work, going over this ice. It's really treacherous, it's really dangerous, and so if you're a fan of that, I think you're going to love parts of this. Also, if you're a fan of Liam Neeson, and by now you kind of know what you're getting with Liam Neeson, he's done a cornucopia of these type of actiony films, and he takes different genres and he jumps into it. When you take Liam Neeson, you know you're getting a certain, I guess, authenticity of the character that is being portrayed. You know he's going to take that character and he's going to be that character. You can kind of trust. There's a piece that comes with his characters because you're going to get a fairly decent film. The last 5 or 6 films that he's done have been similar in nature, where he's the guy that is the everyday man and he's got to kind of overcome impossible odds. We've moved away a little bit from the Taken films where he's like, I'm a serial killer, or sorry, not serial killer, I'm a hitman. And so now we get him as a truck driver, and he looks after his brother, who I feel like that storyline in this film between him and his brother is the most interesting one. If they developed that more, I think I would have really gotten into the film more. I have one major problem. I'm going to talk about that now, get that out of the way, and talk about the things that work. So for me, there's a number of actors in this film that you'll recognize and be like, oh, I know that guy from that person, Lawrence Fishburne, that kind of thing. But there are moments in this film where certain characters are left by the wayside or something happens to them. And you are left to thinking, am I meant to care? Because they are so rushed through this, they're so kind of just pushed to the wayside that they've never really given time for these characters to be developed. So when you get to those emotional beats that you think the film is trying to tell you to have, you kind of like, okay, that happened, cool. However, where the film works is between this relationship with his brother, and his brother is the mechanic and Neeson is the driver. And they're taking a very heavy weight load across this ice tundra that is not meant to be driven at this time of the year because it does get hot, and there's a very real fear of breaking through the ice and just drowning, and you can't fly it there in time. They have a time limit, so it's one of those journeys that is always under some sort of tenseness because you have got to get there in a certain time limit, and so that keeps the film going as well. And obviously things are going to go wrong along the journey, so it's an escapism adventure in the wild. At the same time, you're hoping that these guys that are trapped in the mine are going to get rescued. So for me, that bit was fun, but you've got to care about the journey getting there. So for the side characters where you expect it to be like, oh, do I care? You don't really. But by the main characters, the main story is, I guess, where you care enough to keep watching. And then you have the interesting shots between the truck and the ice and the adventure that unfolds, and things that will obviously go wrong. You can guess exactly what's going to go wrong at certain points. It looks visually fun. It's really entertaining. The shots with the trucks and the ice and snowstorms, and the passes and how they film it, all of that. The action is also very believable. It's a really fun ride, but I guess it's probably a one-time watch because it's not one that it's a film that you can stick in the background and really enjoy. It's one of those that you might talk about, but I don't know that you'll ever choose to go, oh yeah, I'm going to stick that on again. It's one of Liam Neeson's stack in his cornucopia of films that he's done that are similar. This is one of those. I'm thinking about the one in the plane. The next ones that he's done apart from Taken, those are the sort of films that we know and kind of trust. It's a fun adventure. I could have done with way more backstory for some of our characters, but I guess that would have changed the pacing and stuff. there's one character that I really like that we just don't get to know much of at all. And so I was thinking, why does that happen? You're building your characters up. You're expecting us to care about them, but then you make us not care about them by not telling us anything about them, really. So when stuff does happen and shit hits the fan, you're like, okay. So that was my biggest negative. There are a lot of positives to this. Neeson, for one, the relationship with his brother, who's the mechanic, and I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to say much about that because I think you'll figure it out. And once you get there, I think you'll find the relationship endearing. The tenseness, the action, the story is fun, although you can guess where it is. I'm going to give this a B minus. Let me know in the comments below. Are you looking forward to this film? Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.